Hello, welcome back to another Gate Ruler video. Before we get started, I just wanted to say that tonight, if you are watching this when this video goes live, I'm going to be starting my weekly Nuzlocke stream on Twitch. My Twitch is AiboYT, so please go and follow me there. I'm going to be starting around 9 PM GMT, I think, 9 or 10, I haven't 100% decided, so follow me on Twitter at Academy Aibo, or join my Discord server, which is linked in the description for an exact update and a link to the stream when it starts. I'll also post on YouTube when I begin. But I'm excited. It's going to be a Black 2 Nuzlocke. That's what ended up winning all the polls I was doing. You may have seen. So please come and join me. I think it'll be a load of fun. Probably going to be a few hours. And yeah, we'll have a good time. But with that announcement out of the way, let's go ahead and get started with the video, and we're going to be talking about 3 decks that did very well in the mini GP, mini Grand Prix, that is happening in Japan right now. So here we have the first winning deck that we're going to be talking about. This is a Knight deck that is using Wonderverse and Yomajin Front. So let's just talk through some of the card choices here. As far as the legends go, interestingly, it appears there was only one legend being used, which is very interesting. Do I agree with that? To an extent, actually. So what I found in my testing for set 1 is that there are actually a lot of decks where the legends, as powerful as they are, can sometimes actually just not be worth it. Because they are not particularly synergistic with what your deck is trying to do. So to an extent I kind of get that, and it's probably quite likely that the counter space was really needed here, and when you consider the options available to Knight red pink, you can't use Omega because it's an overdrive and it's not really worth it as a counter only, and looking to pink, all you have is the Crime Noughts dude, who is also overdrive. So it does, and of course the overdrive set destruction legend, whose name I forget, but those are all kind of things that aren't really suited to a Knight deck, so it's not necessarily surprising they're only running one legend here. Talking through some of the key talking points is there's a lot of vanillas here. So there's Pojimu, which is the 2/5/1, who is disgusting, by the way, insanely good. We've got the 3/2/2 Cimmerian, who of course becomes I believe a 5/4/2, I believe, when you're basically up against Apprentice, which is going to be a large portion of the meta, or Low-Hand Knight, which is really good. We've got our vanilla 4/4/2. We've got our 4/3/1 level 0, which is really good, and we've got 6 copies of 2-strike level 0s, which are obviously, of course, very good as well. So a huge amount of just pure vanilla value. On top of that, we have got Backpacker. So Backpacker is going to let you convert any of the cards you don't really want into a body on the board, as well as potentially giving you the opportunity to counter-check something really valuable. Then we are actually looking to the counters, and what we've got there, we've got 4 copies of Zap, so the best removal in the game, really, at the moment. Then we've got 4 copies of Double Excalibur, which may be a surprise, but it is more removal, and that's clearly what this deck is trying to do, and it was clearly very successful as this individual won the event, so not necessarily overly surprising there. And we've got 4 copies of our level 1 Blaster Cannon, which is a super powerful card. Not at all surprised to see that here. Really good. And then we've got 3 copies of our level 1 Burn 3. And this card is more contentious, but I think it purely comes down to the sort of meta you are in. Is dealing that 3 burn super valuable? If so, go for it. And you know, you see here with Oni Captain, I can't remember his name, Kinomiya Koga, I think. He's able to stack any of these that he wants to the top of the deck, so they're all sort of toolboxable, and they're all giving really good value. It's also nice, it's a cute little combo there, where if you actually just play down... Oh no, you can't, sorry. Never mind. In terms of the defensive tools, we have got kind of the best suite of defense you've really got at the moment. 4 copies of the level 1 reduce any damage to 0, which is really good. And then 4 copies of your level 0 reduce damage to you to 0, which is important in dealing with these damage rush focused decks, which you do see a fair few of. So that's the first deck. Overall, I think it's really good. I think this is absolutely something that you should give a try out. I can speak English. The only thing is, it's going to be very important in this deck to kind of manage your costs and understand what you're playing up against, because that is going to dictate kind of what you do. To an extent, it is, just play your value, but there is nuance here. So don't expect this to, oh, well, it won, so I'm going to get 3 wins. You probably won't. But I think this is a very solid list. And yeah, clearly it is, because it won an event. So that's our first list. Let's move on to our second. So this is the next first place list. I'm going to try and zoom in a little there. Hopefully that's a little better. Not ideal. So this is an apprentice list, and I suppose we'll have to do. This is an apprentice list, and this is sort of very standard affair as far as apprentice goes. So this is a red, pink apprentice. Now there are like 30 billion different ways of building red, pink apprentice. It is obscene, but the main sort of staying points you're going to be seeing between lists are going to be things like you're going to see your 4 Gashadokuro. The Gashadokuro is, I think, probably, it's like one of the best cards in the game, absolutely, right now, and it's like probably the best apprentice card. It's nuts. It's so good. If you have not tried Gashadokuro out, I highly recommend you give it a go. You got your 4 zaps, another, cracked counter. You got your counter recycling here. We've got our Backpacker, of course, such a powerful card. Now, Backpacker here at 4 explains why Haunting here is at 1. In a Backpacker deck, you really don't want to be using Hauntings, because checking one of those is an absolute feels bad. And, Backpacker is, with the interaction, with the ability to just flip an instant event, use that and then Backpacker it away. That's super powerful. So you're maintaining the value there. So I think overall Backpacker is such a powerful strategy that it sort of outweighs the benefits that come with lots of copies of Haunting, which I've made a video on, which you can check out in the corner over there. Hopefully I remember to tab it. On the topic of Legends, now because this is Apprentice, there's a rather more choice here. I'm fine with this. Personally, I probably would have gone for Captain Omega over Crime Lord's boss, Malevolus. Not Malevolus, I can't remember the name of it. Over the Crime Lord's boss, because Omega is always such fantastic value, whereas sometimes the boss can whiff. Omega's just so good, but I think that's the only thing I would really change. I'm a big fan of a lot of the choices here. We're still seeing that 4 copies of Blaster Cannon, super valuable card. We've got 8 copies of our check top to set something. We've got our value stat zeros. We've got lots of removal. Overall, this just seems like a very solid list. And I'm not really surprised it won. It has all the tools there, as long as the player had a good day. I'm not surprised, because, fundamentally there is luck here, but this has done a great job of minimizing that RNG as much as possible. Now, we actually do also have the second place list for this event, which I thought would be cool to mention as well, because, it also did quite well. So let's go ahead and talk through this list. This is a Knight list, so this is yellow, blue, Knight, and this has a lot of things I actually wanted to talk about anyway, so that's another reason I'm really sort of talking about this, because I think yellow is really being slept on in terms of its defensive capabilities, because it definitely has some really, really good tools. But let's first talk about the blue suite of cards being used here, because it's very much a blue package of sort of all the best. The sort of the highlights of blue have just been chucked in here, because Alice is nuts. I'm telling you all now, and I'll say this again when the game releases in English, buy your Alices before everyone realizes that Knight is the way to go. Because I'm telling you, Alice was like maybe 600-700 yen on release. It is now about 2,000, because people realized, like, oh, wait, Knight is good, and Alice is disgusting. So I highly recommend you guys pick up your Alices on release. It's tempting to just go straight for Apprentice, I know, but in the long run, Knight is cheaper and just as good, as long as you get good at the game. Apprentice, it's more expensive, because you don't really have to be very good to see some good results with it. That's the trade-off you make. Owl, one of the best cards in the game. Personally, one of my favourite cards. I think it's so good. The counter's so strong. You can run a Wild Force package with it if you want to kind of trigger that. But yeah, super good, providing that draw power. I didn't really explain why Alice is so good, but yeah, basically it's the only... your opponent is going to forget about it so often, and it's your only hand-based method of disrupting what your opponent's doing at the moment. The rest of the stuff is field-based in set 1. So you have this, and that's really good. So yeah, two very powerful counters there. Moving over to 4 Disaster, you've got to have some balls to play 4 Disaster, let me tell you. And if you high roll, it's going to pay off because you can do some nuts stuff if you are fully abusing the ability to just untap everything and draw. You can have some crazy pop-off turns that will just win you the game out of nowhere. 4 copies of I Didn't Even Feel That, one of the best defensive tools in the game. Just really super valuable in just making sure your stuff stays around. And you've got 2 copies of the Familiar as well, and that's primarily for Shiori. You've also got the Legend pick there. I don't really agree with the win-win, to be honest. I think Captain Liberty would be better here. I think Captain Liberty is just so good. But, you know, I kind of get it. Like, it's more untapping. It's a good card. You know, no shade there. Now, of course, we've got our 4 copies of Star Song. That is, again, because of the Disaster. You're able to do that because at the moment, Star Song is really hard to justify, especially in Night. But Disaster, you know, if you've got that in hand, then it's fine. It's free value. You can just go to town and do whatever you want. Let's talk about that top part of the Yamajin's suite now. 4 Shiori, 4 Dog. That is a... Shut up. That is a ridiculously powerful combo. 1 card for 2 energy, making 4 strike worth is nuts. Super valuable. You can also Genesis summon into the level 2 warrior there to heal 1. I think typically you would want to do that with like Shiori, Revive Dog, and then play your energy on Tapper, and then Genesis those away. I think that's like the way I would do it. You can also, of course, Genesis away Dog and Shiori and make your dragon, whose name I forgot, Platina thing. I promise I will get better with these names. Albafort, that's it. Who is amazing. Heal 1, penetrate, super good. Breakthrough. Magvarius cracked one of the best legends in the game. So strong. So of course, no surprise to see that there. Now let's talk about that defensive suite. I mentioned that Imagine has access to 4 copies of Flying Shield. Flying Shield is so underrated. I'm guilty of this. I underrated this card when I first read it too. But it's like a lot of the time, like that is just a reduced to 0, which is fine. When it's a direct attack, but the ability for your opponent to so carefully plan everything around, like doing the exact amount of damage, and then you just flip over one of these, and suddenly it ruins their whole turn, is so good. And of course, the final card here we have got the reduced to 0 counter. This is a strictly worse version of Pink's because it has counter, but it is what it is. That's it for this list. I think, again, I think this is solid. This is the kind of thing you might expect. I think if you played this, you would see some good success. This definitely is one of the easier Night decks to play. Fairly straightforward. And I would say a pretty good deck to learn Night on, honestly. I think this will teach you the basics quite well. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like on the video. Please subscribe to the channel for more Gate Ruler content and indeed Vanguard content. Again, please check out my stream on Twitch, AiboYT, where we'll start that Nuzlocke for Pokemon Black 2. Apparently Black 2 is the hardest Nuzlocke I could be doing, so you guys really decided to fuck me on the polls, but I don't know what I was expecting, I suppose. But I'll see you guys there tonight, hopefully, and if not, you can catch the VOD. I'll probably upload it here. Well, if not, you can see it on Twitch anyway. And yeah, I'll see you guys then. And if I don't, I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Yeah, alright. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you guys next time. Cheers.